Folks, we are back. This is a fast-moving game. This is a fast-moving tournament. My name is Ms. Communication, and I am joined by
Black Eyed Tees.
And we are here after that crazy last game. We are here to call the Battle of the Dolls. That's right, the LA Derby Dolls Riots versus the San Diego Derby Dolls Wildfires.
And both teams are primarily bank track leagues. So it'll be interesting to see how they match up on the flat track.
That's right, two bitractual teams meeting on the flat track. This should be a great time. We've got Brazen Bull on the line for the Wildfires. They are again in blue. The Riots are in black, and out in front, that's Brazen Bull. Lead jammer.
Jackie Nimble completes her initial pass for Los Angeles.
Wow. Brazen Bull slams into the inside of the pack. Number 91, Sonic the Sledgehog, not too happy about that.
She goes airborne right at turn 3 on the inside.
So no score on that jam, 0-0 now with 19 minutes left in the game.
Honey Brasco is on the jam line for Los Angeles.
And I have a wall of officials blocking me from seeing that it is
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la for the Wildfires.
I'm sorry, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
That was who was blocking her.
So, Honey Brazen is your lead jammer. Jammer for the Wildfires is number 1572, Psycho Brahi.
Honey Brasco is in for her scoring pass. She's lead jammer for Los Angeles.
And Honey Brasco in the black and silver puts up 5 points for the Riots. Riots defense locking down the pack. A little bit of a assist from Amor Apache. And Psycho Brahi is out of the pack and ready to score. Honey gets through the pack, though, finishes a scoring pass on the inside, calls off the jam. That's 9 points total for Honey, and that brings the score now 9-0 with 18 minutes left in the game.
Two tiny little jammers up there on the jammer line.
See Mr. Back on the bench for the San Diego Derby Dolls. Familiar face. Absolutely. Start off the San Diego Derby Dolls.
Number 30, the General, for the Riots right now, jamming. And she, a little friendly fire. That was a full-on head-on collision between two Wildfire defensive members, and the General becomes lead jammer. Wildfire sending their jammer to the penalty box, and it's a power jam for the Riots. One more to beat for the General, and she puts up 5 points with that additional jammer lap point for the power jam situation. Also right now, pack advantage 4-on-2 for the Riots, which means she makes easy work of it with that stopped pack on the track by turn 1, and she puts up another 5 points for LADD. Some fighting in the pack as it spreads out around turn 1. And the General gets by, but she apparently hit someone with her forearm, so she is going to head to the box. Wildfire Jammer is out of the box and ready to score points. That is number B50, Ballistic Bomber. Ballistic now with a 30-second power jam for her team. The Wildfires hang back, and on the out-of-play call, they have to let her go. She's ready to score points with the General on her feet in the box. Ballistic.
Chance for San Diego to put some points on the board. They are still scoreless at 19-0.
The Riots, though, looking to not allow her to score. No points on that 30-second power jam, ladies and gentlemen. The General back in from the box.
2 points for San Diego. The score is San Diego 2, the Riots 21. 15 minutes and change left in this bout.
That was 14 total points for the General and 2 points for San Diego, which is interesting because that was on a power jam advantage San Diego.
Well, San Diego has an uphill road ahead of it. Los Angeles Riots are two-time winners of the Battle of the Coast.
And staying in bounds on the outside, your lead jammer is Morningwood for LADD. And she is skating against number 870, Brazen Bull. Brazen also ready to score points. Morningwood, though, gets through the pack, calls off the jam, picks up 4 points.
Score is San Diego 2, Los Angeles 27, 14 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock.
We've got 115 Sly Fox putting on the star for LADD. And that's number 215, Boulala for San Diego. Boulala looking for it on the outside, though she gets knocked to the infield by number 525, Beba Fett. And Sly Fox, that Sly Devil, makes it through the pack, lead jammer. Meanwhile, Boulala knocked to the outfield, and she gets recycled all the way to the back of the pack. Sly Fox puts up her first 5-point grand slam. Sly Fox once again pulling out of the pack just as Boulala finishes her initial pass. 5 more points for Sly Fox. Tease?
The Derby Zoo is creating custom dog tags and bracelets. They are a vendor here in our vendor village here in Ventura, California. Support them. Their Etsy store, the Derby Zoo.
13 minutes remaining in this game. 37-2, LADD on top over their sister league, San Diego. Number 7 for San Diego, Slamurai, up to jam for the first time this game. But out in front with that lead jammer, number 1, is number 91, Sonic the Sledgehog.
Lots of clean play here today. There's very few trips to the penalty box. Although Slamurai is now sent to the penalty box.
Slamurai to the penalty box. Lead jammer, though, is number 91, Sonic the Sledgehog. And she has picked up a 5-point grand slam because I like to be redundant sometimes. Rose Anthrax laying out the hits in the pack, but Sonic breaks free for another 5 points. I'm very sad. I was not much of a Sega fan, so I can't do the references justice. Sonic knocking into that wall of blue at the top of the pack. LADD hanging back with their wall as Slamurai comes in from the box. 13 total points for Sonic the Sledgehog.
Well, hedgehogs are illegal in California. I did learn that from Facebook. Just under 12 minutes. San Diego has 2. Los Angeles has 55. Wicked Skatewear, wickedskatewear.com, proud supporter.
Jackie Nimble for LA. She's up against Brazen Bull. And out in front is Jackie Nimble, but Brazen Bull is actually the lead jammer in this situation. Both of the jammers entering the pack. Brazen Bull crashing in, calls off the jam. Net gain is 0 for each of these teams, 2 points. on the board.
Just under 11 minutes left in this game. San Diego 4, LA 57.
We've got Honey Brasco on the line for LA. And it looks like she is up against... And Honey headed out on a forearm penalty. So this is a power jam for San Diego. And number 9.5, Tsunami. She's also lead jammer in this power jam situation. San Diego bringing the speed down, and it looks like we have a... I am not sure. It was a lot of hitting, so I am unsure. I apologize if that was a back block or a track cut. It's one of the two. But San Diego's jammer will swap out. Honey back in. Two things happening there, of course. She'll serve Honey's time, and Honey now clear to score points. Brief power jam situation for LA. Honey with one more to beat. Number 7, Slamurai at the top of the pack. She has to let her go, and 5 points for the LA Derby Dolls. Riot stopping the pack. Again, we are going till the conclusion of the jam, which is about 30 seconds from now. Honey unable. She's trying to call off the jam, but she can't because she is not lead jammer. That lead jammer status lost when she went to the box. Honey Brasco and Slamurai fighting it out at the top of the pack. She finally picks up another 5 points. Tsunami back in, but she's going to head back out. Looks like it was a high block this time. So a double power jam in the same jam for LADD. Tsunami sitting on 2 points and another 3 points for Honey. Tease.
8.5 minutes left in this game. San Diego 4, Los Angeles 70. Oh, San Diego 6, Los Angeles 70.
A big issue with that two-time power jam for Tsunami of San Diego. 2 power jams in a row. There's 2 things really working against them there. Not only is their jammer not scoring points, but Tsunami is halfway to fouling out of the game.
Last thing she wants with 8 minutes left is to not be able to play for her team.
We've got the general sent in to finish out this power jam for the Riots. Tsunami, of course, caged in the notorious RED penalty box. And the general breaks free, lead jammer. The Riots taking control of the pack, stopping it. A little bit of an active defense, but also forcing the line forward to try and force that out-of-play situation. And we've got 5 up for the general. Number 1988, Hurt Locker, sent out to the box on an out-of-play penalty. And it looks like number A6,
the Schwartz,
will join her. Tsunami back in from the penalty box. The general putting up another 5 points. She's up 10 right now. Looks like LA is going to run the clock a little bit. And Tsunami through. She picks up 4 points. The general picks up 4 as well. The Riots looking to run time off of the clock, which can be dangerous because you have to remember that if there's a tie in records, it goes to point differentials. Four picked up for Tsunami as Hurt Locker once again heads out to the box for LA. The general says enough of that, picks up 5 points, and calls off the jam. Net for LADD in that jam, 19 points, 8 for Tsunami and the Wildfires.
Wildfires are at 14, the Riots 89, 6.5 minutes left on the clock. Square Cat Skates is here in our vendor village. Their skate tech and their heat press. SquareCatSkates.com.
We've got out in front for San Diego, taking lead jammer status. That's number 870, Brazen Bull. With the star for LA, we've got number 525, BOUT15. Pack right now jostling for position. Brazen Bull sent out of bounds, and rather than try for the soul crush, she just calls it off. 2 points for Brazen Bull.
Score is San Diego 16, Riots 89. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Morningwood putting on the star for the Riots.
5.5 minutes left in this game.
Slamurai jamming for San Diego.
Thank you, Tease. But out in front, Morningwood. Time to wake up. Lead jammer. Slamurai coming up against the Riots defense at the top of the pack. They finally succeed at knocking her out. That was Honey Brasco. Number 115 in there as well. Sly Fox on the assist, and Morningwood picks up a grand slam. Slamurai still fighting against the Riots. The Wildfires content to play a little passive-aggressive defense. As Slamurai gets free, Morningwood picks up 4 and calls off the jam.
LA has 98 points against San Diego 16.
Score is San Diego 16, LA 98. 4 minutes, 20 some odd seconds left on the clock.
LA fields the Schwartz as their jammer up against Psycho Brahe, number 1572. And the Schwartz is with us as lead jammer. Psycho Brahe with the twirl around. Apparently the twirl around was on the outside. I saw 2 officials see that at the same time. And Psycho heads to the penalty box on the cut. And now LA has the run of the track as the Schwartz puts up another 5 points.
LADD hits the century mark.
The Schwartz up at the top of the pack. She gets knocked out by No Way By Me. Still fighting at the top as we watch the sausage getting made here in Ventura County. 5 more points up on the board.
3 minutes and just less than 20 seconds. San Diego 16, LADD 108.
These penalty box trips are really killing San Diego. LA has already jumped in front as the team that's going to be scoring a lot of points, and not what you need for your morale, for the psychological game, and also for the actual game to have your point scorer in the penalty box. Sonic, the sledge hog, up for LA, and she's out of the pack, lead jammer. LA really locking down the pack, trying to push the pack forward as Psycho Brahe out of the penalty box, ready to score points. And from the exhortation from her team, Sonic goes ahead and calls off the jam with another 4 points. 4-0 in that last jam.
Just over 2 minutes left in this bout. San Diego 16, LA 112.
San Diego fielding number 870, Brazen Bull. She's up against Morningwood. Brazen Bull shoving her way past Honey Brasco in the pack. She really wants it, but Honey knocks her to the infield. And Morning Wood comes out ahead, lead jammer.
.122 left on the clock this game.
5 more points for Morning Wood as Brazen Bull is out of the penalty box, ready to score points. The pack right now doing some very interesting things in relation to their strategy. LA Riots lining up straight down the middle of the pack to kind of decide whether they want to turn it in or turn it out. They've been kind of exploding it in and out for their jammer to be able to get through.
46 seconds left on the game clock. San Diego 16, LA 121.
Slamurai on the line up against the Schwartz. Slamurai hitting the Schwartz out off of the line, but she decides not to go for the full soul crush and only backs up about 15 feet before letting Slamurai come back in. The Schwartz does get lead jammer status, though, off of that. Slamurai now fighting her way through the pack. She's getting huge trouble at the top of the pack, but they have to let her go. And she is ready to score points. The Schwartz fighting her way through the pack. She gets crowded to the outfield as she gets some assistance from her team member. She gets through, calls off the jam. 4 points for LA. And that, folks, is the end of the game, 125-16. Super fast-moving game, Tees.
Well, LA is the favorite for this entire tournament, and you can see why.
The Riots were actually seeded first place coming into this tournament. This tournament is a pseudo-invitational in that we do want to battle for the coast here, so only coastal leagues are allowed to apply, and then they are the first 10 teams are accepted, and then we seed them based on their team record, depending on what kind of team they are, who they're playing. You know, is it an A team? Is it a B team? And then also their previous records if they have played at Battle for the Coast, which is why the Riots were seeded first place coming into the tournament. So, folks, that's our final score, 125-16, LA on top. It has been a pleasure. My name is Ms. Communication.
I'm Black Eyed Tees.
And tune in. Coming up, we have V-Town taking on the West Coast Derby Knockouts.